So I'm going to test a single prompt that Gemini has given me, and I'm going to use it with every model available within the free pick. So there are 40 models now available right now, and we are going to test it. Now let's how we can test it, and let me tell you what is the prompt here. So this is a prompt: a cinematic portrait of a guardian warrior made entirely of moss, ancient restored and glowing teal fungi. They are standing in a mist, dense forest. Rain is falling, creating tiny water splashes on their stone skin. The armor is incredibly carved from the dark rock. Dramatic, moody lighting, macro photography style, hyper realistic, and 8K resolution. Now we are going to use this specific prompt for every image generator out there within the free pick. Now let's try to use it. First of all, let's start from the Flux.2 Pro. Let's try to generate it. And also, while it's generating, let me tell you, you can also increase the size of the image. Once you increase the size, you can also, and the caret will also increase. But right now we want it in the 4K resolution and all. And let me tell you, and this is the image that has been generated. It look mythical and it look really cool, right? Now let's try to cut the image, and now let's try with a cinematic look and try to change the clean cinema and try to change the cinema digital. I'm using a camera that is cinema digital 35, and with the prime lens classic, and it will give me a depth with 200 mm. No, I want it with the 35 mm with the crop. And right now let's try to make it a, so it will give me a really great bokeh effect behind my subject. You can actually try it out with different focal length, aperture, lens, and camera. You have to try all the combination here and you will understand how you can use it. But before that, you have to understand how camera works, and you have to understand how all these camera actually do in real life. After that, you will understand which type of imagination you want it. Let's remove this reference, right? Remove this reference and generate our image generating. Let's try it with again Flux.true model. Why? Because I have used that character and I don't want it to be actually affect my image generation. And let's try to create again. Meanwhile, so you can give more command to generate. Also, while it's attempting to create your image with the one generation, you can also try it with the second generation. Also, you can queue it every time, and it can actually do a lot of generation at one time, so you don't have to worry about that. So let's try to click it, and a depth of field, it's cool, right? Yes, image generation is really amazing. Now let's try to cut it and see our second image. And now this is the image that has been generated. In the reference image, we have forgot to remove the bunny, right? So it has generated this type of image, but yes, gave me a really good result. Now it has created a human figure. Now let's go to our second generation and Google Nano Banana True, and again let's try to generate it with that Google Nano Banana True. Let's use another model and Seed Dream 5 Lite. Let's try this one, and it's actually using 50 carat. Again, we have made it in queue, and meanwhile it's been generating. Let's look into this. It's good, right? Now let's try to remove this one and using a different model here. Meanwhile, Seed Trip AI is working, and we are going to use Flux.2 Max. Now let's try to generate with this one, and the generation of Flux 2 Max is 195 carats. Right now let's try to make it 1K, and it's actually using 130 carats. The Flux.2 Max is really going to be a great model, right? But with the Seed Dream one, But with the Seed Dream, the generation is actually good. It is seems like a gaming character, a powerful game character, and I can see it's going to be a villain. So this is the Flux model we have used, and this is the Flux Pro. The image generation is really dramatic, as we have described in our prompt, that interact with cave, dark moody light, and the like we have described, that creating tiny water splashes on their stone skin. It's working really well, right? The Now let's try to click this one. Yes, it's done really well. But it has the texture. The texture on this one and on this one is really different. The lightning effect is actually different. That is why it's charging so much, right? Now let's try it with the another model, with the flux dot to flex, and now let's try to generate it with 80 credits. This is the result we got from the flux flex. Now let's try with the another. Now let's try with the another model, that is context max, and now let's generate it, and it's using 150. It has given me a result that we have never expected, right? It is a really cinematic look, and it's really awesome to see. Now let's try with a different model. So as far as I can understand, the flux context mesh has given me a different, really different result. Now let's try to use clan, flux dot to clan, and this is the result that we got. And let me tell you, I don't want any prompt to interact with me, right, with my prompt. Now let's try to generate it again with the clan, and let's see what we got here. As far as I can understand, the AI prompt is actually interacting with my prompt, and I don't want it to be happen. This is the clan before and after. Results are not bad at all, but I love this result. Now let's try to use a different model, that is Flux Context Pro, and let's try this one. So the Flux Context is actually giving us a result that we never expected. So if you want a result that is totally different from the same prompt but from a different model, if you want a different result, totally different result that you can't even imagine, or AI can't even imagine, you can use Flux Context Pro, and it actually gave me a really awesome result. Now let's try to generate it with the another model, that is Mystic 2.5. Now let's try to use this one. Mystic 2.5 has given a result that is, it's look like a Iron Man made of stone, but I loved it. The results are really good. Mystic has given me a different result and I loved it. We can use it in our upcoming prompt testing. Now let's try to use it mix flexible 2.5 flexible Mystic. And let me tell you, we are going to understand all the model one by one.